Day 3 is in the books. I want to focus on three things here. There wasn't a lot of play, obviously, but three things are very, very evident. And the first one is that the Australian tail, now that Starc is out, is very brittle and is very, very short. It doesn't wag as much as it used to. So I think that's obviously a big in for why Starc should be in the squad. Obviously, as a change-up bowler, has the ability to really hit the deck hard and do a little bit of something different compared to the other bowlers. But his batting, and thank goodness that Pat Cummins did come out and actually score some runs, because it could have been a lot worse, and Aussies kind of dismissed for about that 350 mark. So unfortunately, 7 behind going into the second innings for both squads. Second point I want to make is just that the Aussie bowling in both innings, way too leg side. We saw a couple of wickets now from Ben Duckett of him just pushing at the ball outside off. And yes, they will score some runs if you do give them a little bit of width, but both Crawley and Duckett have both got outs by balls outside off. Shock, absolute shock. That's the second one. And then the third one I wanted to make was that England, Stokes, their tactics, the way they set their fields, the way they worked out how to get Khawaja just by chaining things up, making him think they're streets ahead of Australia and their really defensive mindset and field placements at the moment. So let's really focus on that first one here. In the end of the Australian first innings, and that was obviously, as I said, with Khawaja getting kind of found out. Him and also Carey started really, really well, picked up 20 or 30 runs before Alex got out. Went 4-4 out, a terrific ball by Anderson. Carey just playing down the wrong line, which is very strange because they showed the pitch map of where he was bowling, and this was only probably a few centimeters, 5 or 6 centimeters further fuller, I should say, than the balls before. And he just played the wrong line on this one. It came back a little bit, but yeah, a bit of a strange one. But a great innings from Carey. Would have loved him to push on. And I think that would have really helped Uzi and his ability to continue pushing through. Facing 321 balls. It did look like he was a little bit tired. He did go back into his shell when Carey got out as well. And just couldn't find the scoring that he had been earlier. That feed, that lovely 6 over Moeen Ali's head. But other than that, he really got bogged down. And that did not help once Carey got out. So it was Carey, then Khawaja very quickly, and then just the plans to be able to get Nathan Lyon out, to be able to get obviously Scotty Boland with that short ball, and just their defensive kind of batting as well was a bit of a negative. Scott's there, it's just like, well, just completely get out of the way or go hard at it. If you get caught in the boundary like Nathan Lyon did, that's fine, but do something with it, and he'll be better for that. But just as I said, they're very much a short tail wag there that the Aussies have, and this was a worry that I had, was that if we lost a wicket or two early, that we'd be lucky to make 400, and the hope was 450 to 500, but unfortunate that that wasn't the case. But that third point that I mentioned with England, with Stokes and their aggressive sort of changing of the field, fielding, their aggressive mindset in setting those fields is massive, and it's a big turning point in this test match. And you just have a look at what happened when England come out to bat the second time. They still have that guy that's back, deep backward point, and they're easily getting a single there. If they do happen to flash one through the offside, then that's great. We've seen Duckett now get out twice by flailing the bat outside off. A terrific catch from Cam Green in at the gully there, but you've seen that. In that first one, he tried to do the same shot. He's got out twice. He nicked the first one and then got a thick edge to Green in this one. So I would not be bowling anywhere near his body, anywhere near that middle and leg, because he's very, very good player there. As soon as he gets outside off, I think that's when he's susceptible to a nick, and you've completely seen that in the first 2 games. So you just see that first 2 overs, Pat Hazelwood just drifting onto those pads, just way too easy. There was even a pull shot in there. There's just, too much there. The odd one, they got a couple of runs on the offside as well, but for the most part, it was just leg side and just relieve the pressure each and every time. As soon as they bowl, a bunch of decent balls outside off is when they got their wickets there. And you just look straight down at Boland and Cummins there. They both had the economy rate of a bowler that's going to take wickets. As soon as they get under that 3, obviously under 2 for both of them, 1.64 for Cummins. He had a pretty bad first couple of overs, just with his radar, and then he fixed it up and he managed to take that wicket when they came back out after the rain delay. Scott Boland there, 2 overs, 1 for 1 as well, just putting it in a terrific area and getting Crawley out the same way in both innings. So that's exactly what you were looking for there. You look at Nathan Lyon's 1 over that he bowled, and it was a very defensive mindset. They had someone back straight away. They were able to get singles off him very, very easily. And then Hazelwood only bowling 2 overs was an interesting one as well. He did find a little bit of swing, but as I said, the defensive mindset, him drifting onto the pads, they quickly moved to Lyon, and then had the 1 over before the rain break, and then Scott Boland came on for the 2 overs after that. So those 2 wickets absolutely imperative for the Aussies to get back into this game after their kind of a bit of a tough sort of finish to their first innings, being a little bit behind, but leading by 35 runs, 2 wickets down. There's 2 days remaining, and it looks like there's potentially some rain on day 5, like there was today. But day 4 should be a nice, sounds like sun and cloud. It looks like when I was looking it up there. But obviously, who knows with the weather? I hope it does stay that way. So there's a great chance of a result in this game, because the last thing we want is a draw with this type of effort. But you'd imagine with 2 days of play left, if you can get England for anywhere under sort of the 250, 260 range, that leaves Aussies sort of 260, 270 to be able to catch, to be able to chase that. And I think with Ali having some issues with his fingers there, I think there's definitely going to be, I think Lyon and then the Aussies have the advantage with the spin. If Ali can't bowl properly, he did go off early. So for those that missed it, he bowled a few overs, ended up bowling a bunch of full tosses. He has a lot of issues right now with his spinning finger. So it's on the inside of that index finger there. It just looks pretty yuck. And obviously, every time that you lodge the ball in there and try to spin with it on the seam, it's not very nice at all. And you see, he actually got fined 25% of his match fee for using some ointment, which you are not allowed to do unless you ask. So that is why he got fined there. And he actually can't bowl with anything on those fingers, which is interesting as well. So you'd think maybe like a band-aid or something would be fine, but you can't even do that, just as they think that there's some type of advantage there. But the game is completely poised there. 39% chance for England, 41 for Australia. I think if they didn't lose those 2 wickets at the end there, I think England were in the box seat. Obviously, with the Aussies having to bat last on this wicket, they're deciding to get a bit more turn. You saw Ali get some good spin on a few of them, and Lyon will be able to do the same as this pitch wears down a little bit. But yeah, very, very interesting how this is going to play out. Obviously, needing big innings now from Ollie Pope and Root to help steer the ship here now that they've lost 2 quick ones in a row at 27 runs. It's only 1 run since then, and a play and miss from Joe Root at one point, which of course Smithy and Marnus are going nuts thinking that he's nicked it, as they do each and every time, and convinced Paddy to review when he was like, I don't think there's a nick, guys, and yeah, he's just missed it clearly. So games in the balance here. 250, 260 would be the goal, I would imagine, for the Australians to get them out, and that's going to be a pretty tough chase on a day 5 wicket. In England, away from home, it will be a great chase to get there. But plenty of Aussie batsmen in form at the moment. I think going forward in this test, obviously into test 2, thinking a little bit further ahead, obviously is just the tactics and the choice of captaincy moves there, which Stokes is absolutely dominating with at the moment. The certain fields they just the Aussie dismissal in itself. They put everyone on the leg side and bowled very straight, and trying to get him to take a cat to get caught out there, and then he's on 140, so it's like, cool, I'm going to back away and try and hit through the offside, and he bowls 2 Yorkers in a row and gets him bowled. So just a really good execution, but great tactics there as well. And for a guy on 140, all you need to do is make them think of something different rather than just going about their business doing their thing. If you can go, okay, we're going to have a little bit of a plan to you, make the batsman think, where are they going to bowl? And then he's just going to try to create some room and play that shot. So terrific captaincy. I think we're lacking there at the moment as the Australians, but still clearly in this game and probably slightly ahead, especially if they can get a couple of early wickets there. But the game's in the balance, and I can't wait for day 4. I hope you enjoyed day 3, the lack thereof of day 3. But I hope you enjoyed day 4 as well.